Hola amigos, feliz viernes. Hoy es viernes. Yo soy Rory y estoy contento estar aquí contigo. Today we're looking at 33 verbs and useful phrases for physical exams in Spanish. We're going to be looking at how to tell your patient what you're doing and how to instruct them on what they need to do for you to work through the steps of your exams with them. Okay, before we get started, I have to tell you we've got our free medical Spanish masterclass coming up. Stay through to the end of the video so you can get all of the details. It's coming up in January. You don't want to miss it. You want to get signed up for it. Okay, all right, let's get started. Un ejemplo para empezar. Un ejemplo para empezar. We've got the provider. So the proveedor says, siéntese aquí, sit here, por favor. Voy a escucharle el corazón. I'm going to listen to your heart y los pulmones and your lungs. Paciente says, está bien, doctor. ¿Me quito la chaqueta? Should I take off my jacket? Proveedor responds, sí, está bien. Quítese la chaqueta. So we're seeing some exams here. We see siéntese, quítese, all right? And, okay, respire profundo, por favor. Okay, breathe deeply, please. Respire profundo. Otra vez, again, una vez más, once more. Bien, gracias. Ahora respire normal, respire normal. Okay, so what we're seeing is we've got respire, respire, and then quítese, we've got the se on the end, and siéntese, we've got the se on the end here. All right, we got some things to figure out, yeah? Okay. What we also see is una frase para iniciar. So like a sentence to get things going, to let your patient know what you're doing. Voy a escucharle el corazón. I'm going to listen to your heart. And all right, bien, let's see how it goes. What some other possibilities are for those frases, some of these lead-ins. So we could say something like ahora voy a, or ahora necesito, now I'm going to, or now I need to. You could say, me permite, would you allow me? Would you allow me examinarle, whatever it might be, body part? Would you allow me to examine you? Me permite examinarle el abdomen, for example, the abdomen. Me permite examinarle la rodilla, the knee. Okay, you get the idea. Ahora voy a mirarle los ojos. Now I'm going to look at your eyes. Escucharle los pulmones, or escucharle el corazón. Listen to your. Palparle, palpate, touch, feel. Tocarle, another word for touch, okay? And all of these, we're putting whatever body part it is that you're referring to, right? Ponerle presión en, put pressure on a particular body part, okay? So here's how it might start. Okay, ahora voy a examinarle la garganta, the throat. Voy a mirarle los oídos. I'm going to listen to your ears. Look at your ears. Voy a escucharle los sonidos del abdomen. I'm going to listen to your abdominal sounds. Voy a palparle el abdomen, see, or tocarle el hombro donde le duele, or something like that. Okay, so you're just informing your paciente what you plan to do. Unas instrucciones comunes, so some common instructions. Let's just take a look and see how these verbs end up in the usted command and in the to command. Okay, en el mandato usted. Sentarse is our verb to sit, so usted is siéntese, like siéntese aquí, por favor. So sit here, please. If it's la forma to only when you're speaking with children. Okay, so if you work in pediatrics, focus on the to form. But you also need the usted because you're talking to parents also. If you don't work in peds and you mostly have, teens on up, then your focus really needs to be on the usted form to have that professional tone. Okay, bien. Siéntate aquí, por favor, sit here. Okay, respirar is breathe. So respirar, usted is respire profundo. Respire profundo or respire normal. La forma to, a little different, respira profundo or respira normal. So respire, respire, respira, respira. Abrir, the verb abrir, to open. So we've got usted abra la boca, open your mouth, y la forma to, abre la boca. So it's only the ending that's slightly different between the usted command and the to command. Decir is to say or tell. So this is what we would say, like say right? Open your mouth and say So diga por favor, talking to an adult. If it's a child, di por favor. So say All right? Mover, to move. Usted, no mueva la cabeza. Don't move your head. Don't move your head. And la forma tú, no muevas la cabeza. Okay, so there are some tricky things with usted commands and to commands, particularly with to commands when they're negative. If you need a refresher on how to form commands, there are a couple of blog posts that I put up and video viernes lessons I put up a year or so ago. This is the usted command. So if you just went to Google and said common ground usted commands, this is going to pop up. And to commands, common ground to commands, that'll pop up. Okay? All right, you can also go to our main blog page and search around, or wherever you're viewing this video, you'll have direct links to it as well to follow these related posts. Okay, bien, the links to these related posts. All right, let's take a look at unos verbos comunes del examen físico. We've got 33, okay? 33 verbos comunes del examen físico. So, abrir. And for these examples, I'm just doing the usted command. The majority of our subscribers and clients are usted, are working with adults and using the usted form day in and day out. Speaking of subscribers, if you're learning something right now, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel. That's how we can continue giving free lessons by growing our community. Okay, bien. Abrir, abra la boca. That's our command, open your mouth. Acostarse is the verb to lie down. So acostarse boca arriba, to lie down, mouth up. What the heck? That's how we say in Spanish, lay down on your back. If it's lay down on your belly or on your tummy, acostarse boca abajo. But the command is acuéstese. Acuéstese boca arriba, acuéstese boca abajo. Agacharse is the verb to bend over. So, agáchese. Apretar is the verb to squeeze. Okay, so apriete. Bajar is the verb to lower. A common thing you might say if you need to do, exam around the neck or whatever. Baje la cabeza. Baje la cabeza. Bajarse de, same verb, but it's reflexive now. And when it's reflexive, it means get off of. Okay, so bájese de la mesa. So come down from the table or get off the table. Cerrar, to close. So cierre la boca. Cierre la boca. Decir, we saw that one already in one of our examples. This is to say or to tell. So diga a, say a. Descansar, the verb to rest, descanse. Doblar, the verb to bend. So doble la rodilla, maybe, could be a command. So bend your knee. Empujar, the verb to push, empuje, empuje. Hacer is the verb to do or to make. So we've got haga un puño, make a fist. Okay? Inclinarse, inclinarse, inclínese para adelante. Inclinarse is our verb to lean. So lean forward, inclínese para adelante. Jalar, the verb to pull. Jale contra mi mano. Jale contra, pull against my hand. See? Levantarse is the verb to get up. Levántese despacio. So get up slowly. Mirar, the verb to look. Mire hacia arriba. Mire hacia arriba. Okay, so back to our baje la cabeza. Mire hacia arriba. Okay, bien. Moverse. Moverse is the verb to scoot. So it's reflexive. Mover, not reflexive, is just move. Like move your arm, move your leg, whatever. Moverse is the way you will say scoot in Spanish. So you might need to tell people to scoot down towards you on the exam table or something like that. Here we go. Muévase hacia el final de la mesa. So scoot toward the end of the table. Okay? Bien. All right, that's about half of them. Let's keep going. Más verbos del examen físico. Ponerse is, en este caso, ponerse is to like get on. Ponerse de lado, so like get on your side. Okay? Ponerse de lado. But ponerse can also mean like put onto yourself, like for clothing. So, póngase la camisa, put on your shirt. Póngase los pantalones, put on your pants. Quitarse is then the opposite in the clothing example. So, quítese la camisa, take off your shirt. Or quítese los pantalones. Relajar, the verb to relax. Relaje, relaje. In este caso, it kind of begs an object. So, relaje el brazo, relaje el abdomen, relaje la pierna, relaje a particular body part aquí. Resistir, resista, resista, like resista la presión, resist the pressure, see? Respirar, to breathe. Respire profundo or respire normal. So breathe deep, breathe normally. Sacar is to take out or stick out. This is our verb we use for talking about the tongue. Saque la lengua, right? And diga, ah. Okay, bien, saque. Seguir, follow. Siga mi dedo, follow my finger. Señalar is to like point out. So, señáleme donde le duele. Point out or show me where it hurts. Sentarse, the verb to sit down. Siéntese. Subir is to raise. So, suba la manga. Suba la manga. Raise your sleeve. O algo así. All right? Subirse is to get onto. Remember, we had bajarse de, which was to get off of in the previous slide. So now we've got subirse a, which is to get onto something. So súbase a la báscula. Báscula is our word for scale in Spanish. So get on the scale. Tomar, tome, take. Voltear, turn. Voltee la cabeza a la derecha, a la izquierda. So voltee la cabeza, turn your head. But when we make it reflexive, now it's like turn over. Voltéese a la derecha o a la izquierda. So turn over, roll over onto your right, or roll over onto the left. Okay? Bien. All right, so we're going to do some practice, but before we do, I just want to remind you, head over to these two posts if you need a review on how to form usted commands or how to form to commands. There's plenty of exercises and instruction there and instruction on the conjugation for el imperativo, which is the command form. Let's practice mandatos usted first. Put me on pause so that you have time to think and work out these instrucciones, okay? All right, practica, mandatos usted. How are we going to say, I need to listen to your heart? I need to listen to your heart. This goes back to what we started with, like informing your patient on what you're going to do. I need to listen to your heart. Necesito escucharle el corazón. I need to listen to your heart. Okay, I'm going to look at your eyes. Okay, again, one of those informing steps before we start telling them what to do. Voy a mirarle los ojos. If I'm going too fast, put me on pause so you have time to think, okay? All right, don't bend over, please. Don't bend over, please. No se agache, por favor. In the negative command, the reflexive comes before the verb. In the positive command or affirmative command, the reflexive gets attached at the end. So we saw examples of the reflexive being attached at the end previously, and we'll see some more. But for now, the negatives, remember, the reflexive pronoun comes before. Also something we covered in those other posts if you haven't reviewed them yet. Okay, roll over, please. What's our verb to roll over? All right, voltéese, por favor. Voltéese, por favor. Don't sit down, please. Don't sit down, please. No se siente, por favor. No se siente. Look, we have our affirmative command here. The se is at the end. Our negative command, se, comes before. No se siente. Make a fist, please. Make a fist, please. Haga un puño, por favor. Haga un puño. Open your mouth, please. Open your mouth, please. Abra la boca, por favor. Relax, please. Relax, please. Relájese, por favor. Relájese, por favor. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. Respire profundo. Respire profundo. And one more. Resist the pressure, please. Resist the pressure, please. Resista la presión, por favor. Okay, these are all of los mandatos usted. Let's do it again with los mandatos tú, the two commands for children. All right, mandatos tú, same frases, but now we have to talk to a child. All right, I need to listen to your heart. I need to listen to your heart. How are you going to say that? Necesito escucharte el corazón. Now before it was necesito escucharle el corazón, le referring to usted, but now it's escucharte el corazón, te referring to tú, el niño. I'm going to look at your eyes. I'm going to look at your eyes. Voy a mirarte los ojos. I'm going to look at your eyes. Don't bend over, please. Negative two commands. I told you they're super tricky, and they are. No te agaches, por favor. No te agaches, por favor. You know, you could address this really in two ways. You could, if you're just getting started with Spanish, you could just commit these to memory as vocabulary. If you've been around Spanish for a little bit and you're ready to work on some conjugations and expand your ability to conjugate verbs and things, then really go back to those two posts about usted commands and to commands and then begin applying those conjugation patterns and rules, and you can figure this out. Okay? Bien. But even if this is beyond you as a beginner, you can still get something out of this by just treating it as vocabulary for you. Okay? So in that case, make sure you're on the blog post and using the Quizlet vocabulary flashcards. Again, if you're learning something new today, make sure you like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's how we continue building our audience and supporting these kinds of free lessons. Okay, continue. Roll over, please. Roll over, please. Voltéate, por favor. Voltéate, por favor. Don't sit down, please. Negative 2 commands, tricky. Don't sit down, please. No te sientes, por favor. If I'm going too fast, make sure you're pausing me. Make a fist, please. Make a fist, please. This one's irregular in the to form. Haz un puño, por favor. Haz un puño. Open your mouth, please. Open your mouth, please. Abre la boca, por favor. Abre la boca. Relax, please. Relájate, por favor. Breathe deeply. Respira profundo. Respira profundo. Resist the pressure, please. Resist the pressure. Resiste la presión, por favor. Okay, para conversar con su compañero. Again, we always have to have some conversation practice because that's what helps solidify this, right? So, practique 2 exámenes físicos relevantes a sus pacientes típicos. So, practice 2 physical exams that are relevant to your patients. Hable paso a paso por el examen físico, so speak step by step through the physical exam, describiendo lo que debe hacer y lo que no debe hacer, describing what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Okay? All right, if you need a conversation partner, make sure you head over to the Learning Medical Spanish Facebook group, become a member, and you can put yourself out there and say, hey, I'm looking for a combo partner to practice with. All right, preguntas, post your questions down below, whether on YouTube or on the blog post, post your questions, we'll respond to them. And don't forget, our our Medical Spanish Masterclass comes up in January, and it's only offered twice a year. Our next one is January 7th through January 16th. If you're seeing this video not when it just got put out live, then you'll know that this masterclass comes around every January, and then in the fall we do it as well. End of August, early September is when we do the masterclass in the fall time. So first of the year and end of August, early September. So keep that in mind. Here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn essential strategies for learning Spanish as an adult. It's not the same. You don't approach it the same as you did when you were in high school or in middle school and you had a language class, okay? There's a slightly different approach that is really going to help you be successful as an adult language learner. Secondly, we'll go through the history in Spanish, so you'll figure out how to talk about the history of a problem in Spanish. We'll go deep into physical exams in Spanish. And then also we're going to give you a 6-month blueprint so that you can really pace your learning and set out a plan for your medical Spanish learning over the course of the next 6 months. Don't miss out on this. There's a link down below to register. It's 100% free, but you have to register for the masterclass. All right. Gracias por aprender español conmigo. Juntos mejoramos comunidades. Together, we're improving communities. Para más español, make sure you poke around on the Common Ground International website. All sorts of Spanish opportunities and lessons for you to consume there. And then if you want to take a free medical Spanish terminology test, head over to certifiedspanish.com, create your free account, and take as many terminology tests as you would like. Hasta luego, amigos. Nos vemos la próxima semana. Ciao.